Hello and welcome back to our coverage. Next up we have Germany versus Ireland in the over 60 Men's European Cup 3rd/4th playoff. My name is Stephen Bark and I'm joined by FIH coach Neil Sturrock in the commentary box today. Neil, how are you?
I'm good, Stephen, I'm good. I'm really looking forward to this. Ireland, Germany done well to get to this stage. Going to be two tired teams. This is 5th, 6th game in 8 days, so but a medal at stake, so we'll see what comes from there.
There is indeed. Both sides played in the semi-finals earlier on. Germany losing out 3-0 to England. Tim Myers scored for Ireland as they were beat 3-1 by the Dutch as well. Just have a quick look at the team lines. Reinhold Billhofer in goal for Germany. Captain Michael Muglis will lead the line. Their top scorer is Klaus Schmidt for the tournament, the only man so far to get 2 goals for them. Sharing goals around the team, really, I suppose.
Yeah, the Germans have got through with being sparse with their goals, but very strong defensively. The Irish have got some good strikers, and they'll be looking to be able to get Richard Clark, Billy Pollock and some of these guys to be able to put the ball away.
Indeed they will. Clark was Ireland's top scorer, bagged 4 goals so far in the tournament. Their captain Jess Keith also in the starting lineup. Quite interesting one yesterday. German coach Thomas Stauner was up here in the commentary box alongside us. He was filming the Irish game, taking a look at a lot of the penalty corners and things, so they've maybe had a look at that last night and will be clued up on the routines.
Yeah, he's a very coach, very prepared coach, so and very animated on the bench. Works very hard to keep his players motivated and focused. The Germans play very strongly through their sweeper, number 79, I think Peter Roth, and in the midfield, Miroslav Manka is their key playmaker. The Irish have big 28 Keith Chester, captain, really key player, and if Sean O'Malley, Sean Curran, number 24, their coach, is also playing, he's a very good distributor. They're very strong in defence, good marking. The Germans have had interesting tactics in their games where they've sat back and played almost a half court and let the other team come to them until a certain 2 minutes before half time and things like that, where they can step up. So we'll see what the Irish start with. They've got a fairly mobile midfield, and they'll be looking to try and to get into German territory early and make their mark.
Now, just a few minutes away from the start of this match, who do you think will claim the medal in the end?
Having suffered ourselves at the strength of the Germans of set piece and taking advantage of their opportunities, I think the Irish might create a little bit more, but they have to take their opportunities. Otherwise, the Germans, if they get 1 or 2 chances, they're likely to score goals.
So it's Germany that lead us off,
and I'm sitting on the fence with that one, Stephen.
No bother at all. We'll find out soon enough.
It's Berger on the ball. He's a key player for the Germans as well.
Gedstetter bringing the ball forward. Into the Irish half with Borneman now.
So you see there one of the strengths of Stuart Elgar. He's a really good defender, gets in, marks his man very, very tightly, and tackles very early.
Chance for a bit of Irish possession in their own half now. Decision goes Germany's way.
Irish just trying a nice easy build up down the right hand side, coming out and trying to go in and out into the right midfield. The Germans have come out to play man for man in a almost a full court area just now. Irish happy to let the Germans have the ball at the back and hope that they're going to force it into their midfield.
Back with Roth now. Ireland win it back. No one over on this side for him. Chased back by Sean Curran there. Chance maybe for Germany to get into an advanced position. Just can't quite get the pass to connect in the circle.
Yeah, but you see there that the number 65, Lothar Berger, just sitting at the point position and always available for his midfield and defenders to find him. I think Sean Curran quite surprised there that umpire didn't give him the foul for the shoulder from the German forward. As we say, this is probably the 6th game that these teams have played, and whilst we'll see some nice good build up, you'll also see errors starting to creep in. These guys have played, I think, four matches in 5 days. And you hear your footballers complaining about playing a Wednesday and a Saturday.
Yeah.
These guys have played 4 full matches in 5 days, and they're still working pretty hard to close people down and make their passes.
They've been doing very well from what I've seen anyway.
Yeah. Just basic skills start to break down because tiredness, not being able to just get as low as you did in the first game, put the same pace on the ball. But you see people are still trying to make leads. But there's an error just from tiredness. Got his stick on it, but wasn't quite tight enough.
Decision goes Germany's way again. Ireland, so far in the first 4 minutes, not really had a chance to get very advanced. No real chances though.
I think you'll find as the game goes on, markers don't get quite as close to the players and things will start to open up. But the Irish are happy for the Germans to have the ball in their half and then looking to pick up.
Good chance this to get the ball in. And it goes, well defended. Might fall again though. A crucial little touch from the defender there made the difference.
Yeah, Stuart Elgar getting the touch in, goalkeeper very aware. David Williamson ready to see that from Stuart and to be able to play it out.
Fine hold it on the ball. Roth at the back there. Up with Berger. As Germany go forward.
See how he's the key man in the midfield to start distributing the ball. He sees the runs. And just watch where he goes now. He'll go there for the dropout. 14 taking his place now.
Bit of a mix up there.
Yeah, teammate wasn't 5 yards when the ball was taken, so a bit unfortunate for them.
Again, it's one of those simple little mistakes that probably came from tiredness.
Yeah. 6 minutes in, we haven't really seen structured patterns of play yet. Irish would normally, through George Clark out to Sean Curran, really looking to come out here to Alan Wheeler or into Richard Clark and then out to Alan. That's a nice pattern now. Now we're looking for a ball. Yeah, again tiredness, but nice little pattern there when it was coming out to to Alan Wheeler, he would be looking down the line for his winger, so they just in and out of the midfield and then find your forward with a little bit of support.
Mulgus knocks it over the top, just too heavy.
Yeah, one of the things in hockey when you do the aerial balls, Ian, is that you can't put a straight aerial on a straight run because the ball always runs away from the guy. It's got to be the two lines make a connection, so it's got to be a straight ball onto a diagonal run, or a diagonal ball onto a straight run.
Direct from the Irish, picked up by Vinehold though. Gerger in possession.
I think the German coach, having watched Ireland yesterday, has decided that they've actually got as much in the tank as Ireland, and he's stepped up, and they're beginning to try and press the Irish team. Certainly when we played them in the group game, they sat back a lot and only came up at specific points in the game. But if you look at them now, 7 or 8 players in the Irish half trying to put the ball around the back under pressure.
There are 3 Germany players in well advanced positions as Ireland try and work this forward. But the further back the ball goes, as you say, the German players just keep pressing it. Back to Wheeler.
That's good patience from the Irish. Round the back 4 into the midfield to Martin Kremen, and waiting the right time to go forward.
A driving run on the wing now, chance maybe for Ireland. And that will be the first penalty corner of the match.
A great drive, Keith Jess down the left hand side, and for my opinion, for 7 or 8 minutes they haven't really got Keith into the game. He's such a powerful and important player for them. As you see from there, it's a nice easy run down, and then he connects with the ball coming into the 23, into the circle, and the umpire deeming the tackle to be dangerous and deliberate and giving a penalty corner.
Bringing it into the Irish half now. They will have the free hit. And it goes, maybe a chance this. Must be. The ball does cross the line. Germany take the lead. I'm not 100% sure who quite got the last touch. There was one man right on the line. Who would you say?
I think it might be Christian Weinholt. I think it might be an 85 just coming in at the back there. But unfortunately for the Irish, that was a series of real tired tackles in there that led to that, and people not quite able to clear it.
A chance for a quick count.
Yeah, Tim Myers up, creating an opportunity up into the German 23.
They'll get the chance, Ireland, to get the ball in again. All the way back into their own half though. Comes back to Curran.
Martin Kremen in the middle. He should turn out to Stuart Elgar. See, the Germans are forcing them to go back the same way and find it hard to open up the left side, which is free.
They have walked over to the left now though. Down into the corner it goes. Decision goes Ireland's way this time. But they can't take advantage of it.
Yeah, you get into that area against the Germans, you've really got to pull the ball out early, because they put 3 or 4 people around the ball and make it really hard for you to dribble the ball out or force it through. It's got to come out very early. Tim Myers working very, very hard to put the German defence under pressure there, hoping that they will do this and give the ball away. And Myers again off on his own, scored against the Dutch. Now
for it does Miles. I think he was looking for a teammate there.
Yeah, just trying to put it in the danger area. Issue is that he's got to recognise he's a wee bit quicker than the rest of the guys just now, and so sometimes you need to hold that ball up. But here's Keith Jess on a run now, see whether he can create something.
And it goes to the circle. Germany get it clear, and they might be able to launch their own attack here.
Needs to hold it up to let his players come. Yeah, Berger
does well.
Gives him it back.
Scott Von Wolf ahead of him. Dolneman can't find him there. Irish can clear it. Clark goes long, looks for Miles.
Tim Myers a wee bit late recognising that ball coming. It was a good ball from Richard Clark, but the German defender front marking him, so making it a wee bit harder for him to get there, and he didn't manage to get the yard in front.
Just over 90 seconds left of this first quarter. Germany 1-0 up. Up it goes for Ireland. Clark goes down the wing, cut out by Roth. Germany can clear. Coulter gets the ball long forward, but it will go out.
Roth is a very good sweeper. He reads the game very well, and unfortunately as teams get tired and the ball pace goes down, it allows him to get across and make the interception. One of the things that we found we needed to try and do was move the ball quicker, so that he didn't have time to get across and create to be the sweeper and the free player.
Curran with it. As Ireland look forward. Just can't quite find O'Malley.
Good build up though, because what the Irish had done there, Stuart Elgar had stepped inside, George Blackwood had gone out, so they'd taken the defenders or the German forwards out of the way to create that overload on the left hand side and create that opening. So now that they're a little bit more mobile, they can see that they're actually able to move the German forwards and create the pass down the long channels.
And that is the end of the first quarter. Germany with that 1-0 lead thanks to Weinhild's goal.
I was checking the the Facebook page with the videos earlier on today, Stephen, and since we're watching the German over 60s, I was delighted and impressed to see that one of the likes on the video for the German over 70s was by a German hockey legend called Stefan Blocher. Stefan played, in the 80s. He had 2 silver Olympic medals in 84, where Germany lost the final to Pakistan, and in 88 in Seoul, where they lost to Great Britain with the Sean Curley and Ian Taylor team. He'd, I think, 5 European champion medals, and was voted the 1987 World Hockey Player of the Year. 259 international caps, and for Stefan to be watching, we were incredibly impressed. So if he's listening and watching this game today, Stefan, I hope you're well, and that we'll see you in Vets hockey at some time, or Masters hockey at some time in the future. The videos have been, and the streams have been being watched from all over the world. It's been absolutely fantastic. So to you and Callum and the team from QTV Sports, thank you very much. It's been amazing.
Well, thank you very much for your praise there, Neil. We've had a lot of people come up and say that it's been good this week, and I have to say I've enjoyed it. I think Callum has as well. So
amazing. We've had even members of our own Scottish team whose daughters have never seen them play hockey before, but have watched them on the live stream.
There you go.
We've had people posting saying from I think Netherlands, saying, "Grandma, we saw your game," or "Grandpa, we saw your game." And so I think the first 4 days we had over 40,000 views of the videos, and the bit that went out on BBC TV, over 130,000 views. So we are reaching far and wide, which is fantastic.
That is one of the amazing things about the internet, that we can bring games like this to anyone and everyone. As the second quarter gets underway, Germany with the advantage in this third-fourth place playoff.
Irish obviously now putting Tim Myers to put pressure on the German back four, hoping that they'll make mistakes as they did there by hitting it out, and replaced right wing. I think it was Tom Gertley was on, started there, but now got Billy Pollock on. Billy scored a hat-trick, I think, against France earlier on in the competition, and certainly as a Scotland team we've learned to our cost that he can be dangerous, normally from about 6 or 7 inches, but you know, that's okay. Yeah,
that's usually easier to score the closer you get to the goal.
Well, that's what Billy tells us. No. Ireland just keeping the ball, making the Germans work, and that's fine. You want to be patient.
Does it let you be the fitter team towards the end if you've got the ball and the other team are chasing more often?
Yeah. I mean, we played Belgium in one of our crossovers, and the pitch was flooded, such that the penalty corner push-outs were harder reaching the top circle. And our plan had been to try and move the Belgians in the first 2-3 quarters, make them work hard so our fitness told. In the third and fourth quarter. The problem with that was that the ball, we couldn't transfer the ball quickly enough because there was so much water on the pitch that they could just stroll back and forward. So actually we didn't tire them as much as we wanted. Irish have got some good players to be able to manipulate this game. Martin Kremen used to play for England and swapped to Ireland a couple of years ago. Really good player, number 49, always rated Martin, and he just controls that middle of the field. I think the Irish need to get more out of Keith Jess. They look as though I've moved him forward a wee bit more into the midfield, hoping that he'll be able to create a little bit more for them.
Final just can't control it. Maybe a little chance for Ireland. Can't quite work it well.
They are Keith coming back, putting the guy under pressure, getting the foot.
Little things like that can make a big difference in games.
Yeah, it means that the Irish are keeping the ball just now, and when you are very tired, if you have to chase it for even 20 seconds something like that, you get frustrated. You're using all your energy up chasing the ball. So when it comes to when you get the ball, you don't have as much energy left.
Decision goes against Ireland there. Males didn't look too happy about it in the middle, but
not quite sure what that was about.
Able to clean up at the back nice and easily as it comes forward to Pollock. Goes back again. Definitely one thing we can say is that Irish possession must be well into 60%.
Yeah, they're beginning to you're beginning to see the patterns now. If you notice they drifted there to a back three with Sean Curran stepping forward into the midfield, and that's one of the things that Ireland are quite good at.
Chance from here, comes into the circle, came off the foot, and that will be the penalty corner.
Yeah. Again, Keith Chess. Somebody we pointed out at the very start, somebody who makes a difference, and he was actually being marked by the German playmaker Lothar Berger. When you're being marked by a good player like that, you know you're not going to get the space to get the shot.
Yeah.
So what you do is you take the corner.
Yep.
So you just take the foot, take the corner, and then you get the shooting opportunity. So the Germans setting up with a 2-2 defence again. Normally from that they'll run a box 4, which means that they'll send 2 players out, one to the ball and one to switch, and 2 players will stay on the post beside the goalkeeper protecting that. What it normally does is it leave you one side to switch the ball to.
Blackwood injects again. So looks for the same move, can't quite get to Blackwood. Appeals from Irish minds, and they do get the decision.
Good umpiring as a team. Umpire in the circle, looking to his colleague at the halfway line to see whether there was something that he hadn't seen, getting the nod for the corner, giving it back.
Dutch umpires for this game.
Jaap Carlos van Uffert on the circle side just now, and Jan Dekker at the halfway line. So the Irish switch this time should actually come out to Martin Kremen or to Richard Clark at this side.
Again, I think that's 3 times they've looked to get the ball back to the injector, and it just hasn't worked for them.
Yeah, I think we scored against Germany with that one, but we didn't go directly. We came switch left, and then from the switch left back to so you drew the player off a little bit. But the space that they're showing just now is a switch to the right of the circle. Quite a lot of space and time there.
With Wheeler on this right side, but he can't keep it in play. It's definitely been a better second quarter for Ireland than the first. Haven't been able to find a breakthrough though. Mayer slides in. Decision goes against them.
Yeah, most umpires are very worried when you slide, just about the danger that causes, and they tend to blow it up very early. The Irish giving Martin Kremen a little bit of a rest just now, and put on Andy Matthews to work in there.
Freshens things up a little bit for them.
Yeah, Andy Matthews going up front, so Sean Curran and Keith Chess now working that midfield area, but Sean struggling injury wise, a bit of a bad back, number 24.
Good possession, ball comes into the circle, can't control it in the middle. That was a great chance if he could.
Yeah, great cross by Christian Weinhold, and you can see the good technical skills there of the Germans, being able to hit that ball flat and really hard across into the space.
Comes in again. Decision goes against Germany though.
Yeah, both Sean Curran 24 for Ireland and Keith Chess, the captain, 28. They played for the Irish over 55s in the IMHA European Cup in Tilburg just over 10 days, 2 weeks ago. So they've already played a tournament with 6 or 7 games on it. So this real show of their athleticism and ability.
Definitely is. Ireland with a chance to break down the wing through Pollock. He's got Miles ahead of him. Gets into the circle. Just can't get quite what he wanted from it though, and Germany will be back in possession.
It's a real interesting one. You know why the sweeper missed that is because Billy Pollock went to make a move on it and he missed the ball totally, and Peter Roth was expecting him to move it and was ready for the move, but because he didn't move the ball at all, it confused him and the ball went through his legs. You know what? It might be worth thinking that next time you don't even try and move it, you show him something and let it go through. But that's the first time that the ball's really gone through him.
On this occasion it worked to his favour, maybe next time it won't. Ireland keep it up.
Good pressure from Ireland.
Just over 7 minutes left in this second quarter. But it doesn't go Irish way this time. Roth on the ball for the Germans. Forward it comes, but it's intercepted on halfway.
Good strong defence from Klaus Schmidt there. Stuart Elgar with the ball, tried to turn, but with a defender that close to you, you can't afford to take your stick off the ball to hit it, because all he needs to do at that moment you take your stick away is just to nudge the ball onto your feet.
Up it goes as Germany bring the ball forward. Get it into the circle. The decision will go their way. Ireland forced all the way back. It'd be a big time right now if Germany could get a second.
This is where you have to be really, really careful. Having had all that pressure, that you don't just give something away.
Finds Mulgus. Goes down into the corner. Chance to get the ball across the circle. Held up, and Ireland clear.
That man Jess again in key position.
Gets the ball into the circle, just can't control there. In a crucial position for the Germans. They'll be able to keep the pressure up on the Irish though.
Yep. Germans not normally very good at set pieces, be able to create things.
Berger goes backwards. Launches it in, does get to the circle, but it comes off the foot there. Ireland will be able to go forward now. Wheeler does well on this wing. Goes backwards just to keep possession. Keep the Germans thinking. Cross it goes to Curran. Forward to Wheeler. Curran and Wheeler just keeping possession, trying to work the ball forward. Clark goes forward this time. Lovely little ball onto the wing for Ireland. Just can't quite get that little bit of finesse they need in those last 23 metres to get the ball into a good scoring position. They've won it back though. Chance to get it into the circle. possibly. Keep getting closer. With Richard Clark here. In and about the edge of the circle are Ireland. Wheeler picks up again. It's past one. Gets the free hit this time.
Yeah, good possession by Eddie O'Malley, holding the ball up and bringing it back out. Now Sean Curran got to help try and create something. Can't put it directly into the circle, so he needs...
Forced all the way back as well. It's a little bit disappointing for them.
Just trying to pull some of the Germans out a little bit, because they had 10 players behind the ball. Now they've taken a couple of them out. If they can switch it all the way to the right, opens up Sean Curran.
Indeed, Curran on the ball now. Looks for the options. Gets it to Clark. Turns, there is a lot of space out on that far side. Goes into the circle. Definitely came off the stick of Roth there. And he heard the clatter.
Good patience by Ireland. Instead of just going for what we would call a crash ball, they're moving the ball back and forward.
Curran in.
Good effort. They had the space there. Billy Pollock just coming across from the left post to the right post, trying to get his stick on it just to deflect it past the keeper. But they showed a nice patience, moving the ball back and forward a few times to try and upset the German defence, to be able to create the space to hit the ball through.
Quite possibly Ireland's best chance of the match, that one.
Yeah. The thing with the way the Germans play is that when you get round about their circle, you don't get very many open chances. So you either get a corner, which they've had a couple of, I think 3 of now, or you get the possibility of a deflection like that. You don't get time on the ball to get your head up, look and have a quality shot.
Last minute of the quarter now. It would be a good time for Ireland to get level. All the way back to Sean Curran. Wheeler goes forward. Almost gets it to Andy Matthews. The decision has gone Ireland's way. Wheeler. And Curran again.
One more chance, 20 seconds. Should we still be able to create something?
Not the best of passes, but it does reach its man. And it goes to the circle. The little deflection was key. I think, did he signal penalty corner there?
Corner.
Yes.
Yeah, penalty corner. Not sure whether Keith Chess might have liked the advantage to get the shot from there, because when he picked it up,
he was in a good position.
Yeah, but as I say, with 25 seconds, the players need to understand you can still create one good opportunity. You don't need to force it, you don't need to rush it. 20-30 seconds with a little bit of patience, you will get a chance.
Blackwood picks up the ball. There are only 9 seconds left on the clock for this penalty corner.
So interestingly, Keith Chess is now to the right of Richard Clark. I would hope that it comes out to the middle and gets transferred
Blackwood
right to...
goes. And it goes again. And it's off the sticks. Just not quite what they were hoping for. Half time then. It remains Germany 1, Ireland 0. Just before we have a look at some of the highlights from that first half, Neil, just a couple of words on your assessment of it.
Well, having played in our game but not being able to watch it, for me it's similar. Ireland have played some nice hockey, knocked the ball about, had good possession, but haven't really been able to take advantage of the opportunities they had. The Germans will always get a chance. I remember one of my friends from Spain, Santi Cortez, who's national coach, saying, you will never control a game for 70 minutes or for the length of it. The other team will always have their ascendancy. It doesn't matter who they are, how good they are, how bad they are. They will always have their chance. If they score And when they have their chance and you don't, you're not going to win a game. So you need to put your chances away. For me, Ireland need to switch that corner to the right hand side. They had Keith Jess there. The runners coming out at Richard Clark. The runners coming out to the left of Richard Clark. The switch to the right is on and gives that player, somebody of Keith Jess's ability, a free strike at goal. And for me, that would be the chance of getting the equaliser for Ireland. Germany are always dangerous, as we know, to our cost. We lost a goal to them. We needed to win, they needed a draw. We lost a goal to them with 2 minutes 50 to go in the final quarter. So yeah, it's going to be a tough second half for the Irish, but I think they can certainly get back on level terms, and then from then on it's anybody's game.
Indeed it is. Well, thank you very much for your company this first half, Neil. We'll be back for the second half, and you can take a look at some of the highlights right now. And we are back for the start of the second half in this over 60s men's European Cup third-fourth place playoff between Germany and Ireland. The Germans are 1-0 up thanks to Christian Weinholt's goal just 11 minutes into the game. The Irish have edged it on possession stats and definitely had a better second quarter than they did in the first, but it is the Germans who hold that 1-0 advantage.
That's a bit unfortunate for George Blackwood there, and it's symptomatic of players playing the sixth game. George played a pass to either Sean or Alan out there that they would have got in the first game.
Yeah.
They would have had the fitness to get up there, but as you go through the tournament, you have to adapt your expectations of the other players based on the work that they've done up to that point in time.
Well, it could be a good chance this for Germany.
Good defending by Richard Clark. Don't always see that from forwards, but stick down so that. Sorry, it wasn't Richard, it was Alan, wasn't it?
It's difficult when the numbers are so similar.
It was Eddie. Eddie over there. Richard's a bit taller. Eddie with his stick down, making sure that Berger didn't get the chance to get his stick up and crash the ball into the circle.
Looks up, gets the ball into the circle.
No touch.
No touch on it.
Suggesting an Irish touch on it, so it's long corner.
They haven't created too many chances, Germany, but as you've said earlier, it's how clinical they are that makes the big difference. As it goes in again, Ireland are able to clear. Looks up, gets it forward. It's back in German possession with Berger. Ball goes in again. This one will be wide, and the Irish escape this time.
Kremen with a bit of space here.
With Clark. Drives through. Gets past one but can't get past the second.
But that's allowed the Irish to move 7, 8 players up into the German 23.
Looking forward. But it's intercepted, and those 7 or 8 players are having to trudge all the way back now. Germany just looking to control possession at the moment, something Ireland have been very good at today.
I think the Irish will be happy as when the way that the Germans are bringing it out, that it's not Peter Roth that is actually playing the release ball. He's been, what we tried to do was make sure that he was not the one playing it forward, because he was quite accurate and he tended to find his own players. Now they've got the overload down the left side,
which is where they go. Ireland forced that wee bit further back.
McBride coming on now to put a shift in for the Irish.
Goes back to Geldsetzer. Borneman. Bit of a clumsy one there, and goes out.
Yeah, Billy Pollock. Bit of a forward tackle. But again, a little bit of tiredness that you've already committed yourself, thinking what the guy's going to do. He does something different, and you don't have the energy or the time to actually turn and make a difference. You just watch the number of shuttles that the forwards are doing, going back and forward there. So that Billy running up now to the forward line to create space for his midfield. And he's just done 3 or 4 shuttles. Good break by Richard.
Yes, indeed. Richard Clark could be in a good position here. Gets the ball into the circle, but Roth, as you've said, does the defending. But this time it will result in an Irish penalty corner. If it's several of them in the first half, can they make a difference here?
Depends what the coach has said to them at half time. The ball's coming out to the top circle. They're getting it under control. I think they just need to have a plan that changes what they do against the German.
Looks like it's Blackwood again that will inject this penalty corner. Cross it goes, picked up on the edge by Richard Clark, and it will be a reset, another penalty corner.
What he almost went the right way, but he can't take it because the first runner is coming to him. He needs to pass it to the right to have a free player there coming in to hit, because the way they come out, the number 1 runner is coming at him, the number 2 runner is coming out this side.
And it goes again for Richard Clark. He gets the shot away, and it's just not tipped in at that post by Blackwood. I almost thought Richard Clark would get the shot on target there and not need the touch.
I think he was playing for the ball back to the pusher in, because there was a guy on they tend to have a defender on each post. But as you mentioned it in the first half as though that is their key plan. So it's either a straight strike or it's back to the pusher. I think they've got easier options.
It's Germany getting the ball into the circle this time. Might be a chance for 2. Can't get on the end of it, can't get the shot. It was Klaus Schmidt, I think, in there. Indeed it was.
Yeah, I think unfortunately George Blackwood having had to run back from having done the penalty corner injection under a bit of pressure within the circle.
Curran on the ball at the back for Ireland. And it comes to Wheeler. Decision goes in favour of Geldsetzer, and the Germans are off. Picked up by Schmidt again. Miles doing well at the back and gets the decision.
He's probably the one Irish guy you don't want to try and push the ball past and run.
Pick a slower player next time, maybe.
Correct.
Just too far over. Direct ball looking for Mick Ryan.
I'm slightly surprised at what the Irish have done at half time, because Martin Cremen's playing wide right of a back 4 now, and he was a key player in the centre of midfield for them when they had their period of dominance. Martin really controlled the game, was always available to the players from the back to get the ball. So he's wide right, and the other key player, Keith Jess, captain, is wide left of a back 4. So their most effective players are really in defensive roles.
It's not quite where you would think they would be. Curran on the ball. Again, just playing it about at the back. Ryan. Curran. Just over 6 minutes left in this quarter.
Ball pace isn't high enough to really move the Germans, but that's where Keith was wanting the ball. He was wanting it out to Martin Cremen because he was free.
Knocks it back to Wheeler. Can he use that little bit of space? Comes inside. Chance now for Matthews. Gets the ball into the circle. There's the touch. Just can't get it on target. And it's cleared away. Big chance for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And And people talking about the patience, they moved the ball around until that opportunity came on, and if you get 4 or 5 of them, you really think you should be scoring a couple of them.
Forward it goes again, Ireland. This one's going to trickle all the way out. Germany can just take their time. They are 1-0 up. Roth will begin. And Germany can look forward. Under a bit of pressure here. But the Germans do come away with it. Can't quite find the man there. Just waiting on the ball, getting back to Elgar. And Ireland look forward again. Kept in well by Ryan. Did very well there, Mick Ryan. Ireland in a good position. Looks for Miles. Can't quite find him.
Wee bit of confusion there because Mick Ryan saw that he was blocking out the pass back to point to Keith Jess, and Keith was calling for the ball. He made a lead in, not expecting it, and Elgar thought he was in a good position and gave him it. Keith is now looking to be sitting in front of the back four. I think we might see him, if he continues that, being a bit more effective.
In the possession of Keith Jess there. Ryan picks up. Forward it goes, just can't quite control there for Billy Pollock.
But you can see the pattern they're trying to work now. So Keith's bringing it out, managing to find Mick Ryan's putting it down the line for Billy Pollock leading out. So starting to try and make these connections.
Looks for the high ball. Cut out well by Jess. And Ireland just hold it at the back. Trying to come forward on the opposite side this time. Get the decision inside the last 3 minutes of the third quarter.
And that's what frustrates the players. I mean, that was a clear foot that we could see from here, and neither umpire blew, and the Germans were ready to break to go down the other side.
Wait, it goes to Ryan. Nicely flicked round to Elgar. Miles. Back line quite advanced here for Ireland. Germany with everyone behind the ball. And it goes with Miles now. Gets it into the circle. What can he do with it? Gets the foot. Unlucky was Klaus Schmidt as he fell over.
Nice patience build up again by Ireland. Moved the ball in and out of the back a few times. Then found the left channel into Myers. Nice lead. And slightly unfortunate that the defender fell, but I think he was always going to try and get the ball off his foot to get the penalty corner.
It's Martin Cremant that's over at this time. Will they do something different here? Ball goes in. Flicked wide. Shot comes in. And it's a good save. Bit better work that time as Billy Pollock got the opportunity.
And that was a corner we called in terms of the switch that we thought would work. Unfortunately for Billy's first touch just didn't quite set the ball up for him, so it took a bit longer to get it away, and it also meant he had to go a wee bit wider. But certainly, having used that, the Germans need to now think about their corner defence for the next one.
decision goes Germany's way, and into the last 70 seconds of this quarter. Bit of a waste as they go long there.
Yeah, you just give the ball back to the opposition, and we saw it in the Euro Hockey League too with the senior teams, that if you give the ball away with a minute to go, you still might regret it, because the teams can still bring the ball.
Taking their time.
Well, ball was lost, but they've still got 35 seconds and the ball's in the other team's half. Keith Chess wide right.
Uses them. Brings the ball forward. And it goes. Can they get it in the circle? Will be for the Irish. Brings it in the circle. But you did say earlier on, didn't you?
He's got to move it 5 yards before it can go into the circle. So unfortunately, and that's the kind of thing that when you're tired, you forget about, or you think that's 5.
But it might only be 3 or 4, and that's the chance gone. As the third quarter ends, no more goals. Ireland still chasing this game, and if you're Germany, you're in a pretty good position at the moment. Yeah, the Germans are still doing what the Germans do well. They're defending in numbers. They're not giving the Irish very many opportunities to get clear shots on goal. The best chances that the Irish have had are the penalty corners, and unfortunately it's taken them a long time to get the best options. The thing now is, having gone to the right and had a fairly clear shot, whether the Germans in the next time the Irish get a corner, whether they change the defensive structure or whether they're confident that they can cover everything. Again, slightly unfortunate. I think if they'd had Richard Clark on and their number 1 team for the corner, it might have been more effective. Okay.
But you see, even from there, we said at the towards the end of the half that the Germans hit the ball off the end of the park and gave the Irish the ball back with a minute.
Yeah.
Irish had a shot on the penalty corner within that minute.
Yep.
So
little decisions like that.
Yeah, giving the ball away, it's not the same as football where you put it in the stand, because on artificial turf in hockey, the ball travels pretty quickly and you can get the ball back up the other end within 20 seconds. I remember watching another 21 international in Milton Keynes a number of years ago, where the Dutch were losing 3-2 and they deliberately conceded a penalty corner with 4 or 5 seconds to go, so that the other team took the corner. The Dutch were confident they wouldn't score. The other team took the corner, and with 3 passes they had the ball up the other end and in the goal.
Wow. Yeah.
And you just go, absolutely wow.
Yeah.
So it's about understanding the periods of the game. I still think the Germans will have 1 or 2 opportunities in this final quarter. What the Irish have to do is make sure that the Germans don't score, and they need to take at least 1 of their opportunities that they haven't done just now. I may be wrong, but I can't remember the Germans having a penalty corner in 3 quarters.
No, I don't think they have.
So, as a coach, the Irish probably had about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
You would, top level hockey, you're looking to score more than 30% of your corners. Irish haven't done that. They've defended well in terms of the not giving away any corners.
Might get a little chance here early on, and the ball goes, it's held up. Ireland can keep it in play, but it goes against them. And as you say, inside the first 30 seconds there, Ireland almost had a chance.
Absolutely. Unfortunate, just a lack of communication by I think Andy Matthews and Billy Pollock didn't understand who was going for the ball and who was getting it. So Irish stepping up, putting a full court press now on.
What will the Germans do? And it comes. Hultzer gets the ball wide. Might can create something here, Germany. Ireland though do well, have the ball back. Gets it forward to Clark, just doesn't quite get the control on it. Does well to regain the ball, keep it in Irish possession. Jess can bring it forward. Miles. Goes back with Matthews. Down on this wing now. Can they get the ball in the circle? Can they create something? They get the long corner.
A bit more energy about the Irish in the first 2 minutes, haven't they? They've picked up the ball, they've found people in midfield, they've been making leads, and they've been getting in towards the...
And the slack pass lets the Germans off. They might get a little chance at a counter, but it's good defending by Sean Curran in the end. Clark has it now. Brought forward by Matthews. What can they do with it here? Wheeler forced back.
Nowadays, normally you wouldn't have that blown up, because what the umpires determine is whether you get an advantage. It's not a foul for the ball to hit your feet within the rules. The foul is that if you gain an advantage from it. Now, there was nobody around. Was it Wheeler there? There was nobody around about him. So, in fact, the ball, if it hadn't hit his feet, would have just still been there.
Yeah.
So, okay, if you kick it and you beat somebody by it, or you stop it going over a sideline or something like that, totally understand.
Males in a good position now. Slips a little bit on the turf, manages to keep control. Gets it into the circle, missed shot first time. And Ireland won't get a second chance at it. If he connects there, it would have been a good chance.
Yeah, I think this is where the Irish need to calm down a little bit. Billy Pollock had a bit of time there. He could have put a first touch on it, controlled the ball, and got a better option. But he decided to go for a first time hit. It's not a high percentage shot.
It was Clark that got the decision there. Ireland can get the ball into the circle again. What will happen here? The ball goes wide from the shot.
Again, Keith Jess, really intelligent player. Keith has to be one of my favourite Masters players, except when I'm playing against him. Really intelligent, controls the game, sees it really well.
Males with a chance in the circle. The decision goes against them.
What he did there was what we call a spin, and the rule around the spin, so you take the ball in the hook of the stick and you spin round from one side to the other, but you're not allowed to spin directly into someone. You've got to spin into the space to the side of them.
Germany can keep possession. Schmidt gets the touch on, but it's back in Irish hands. Wheeler plays it back into his own half. Jess brings it forward. Brings it very, very far forward. Gets into the circle, gets the ball across, the shot comes in. And another little chance for Ireland. They're starting to create a lot more.
As we talked, I said to you, I think first half, the guys that Ireland needed to get in the game was Keith Jess and Martin Cremin, because they're the ones that are going to create. But if you look at Keith just now, he's back on the halfway line, bending over a wee bit. That's 3 long runs he's done in his 6th game in the second half, fourth quarter, and he's still managing to put a very, very good shift in.
Males gets the decision there, and Ireland very advanced here. Germany bring the players back, Ireland bring them forward. Ball goes in, there was no one there. The keeper didn't look as if he was too confident where it was going to go.
No, the keeper wasn't sure where the forwards were going to go. Ireland need to get 2 or 3 forwards in there, one in towards the keeper and one at the back post. At the moment they're only getting one there.
They've won it back. Tries to go forward through O'Malley. Ball comes in, doesn't quite get to the circle.
But that's the good German skills.
Roth comes across to take, looks up and looks for his options. Gets it to Mayer. Decision goes for Germany here. They can bring the ball forward. Lifted over. Taken down into the corner. Jess on the ball again.
Good skills there by Harry Holzer down in the right corner. But Irish picking it up again.
Males in his own half. Can he get it forward? Does get it into the German half, but it's forced a little bit backwards.
Germans having to work harder now, and their coach doing quite a lot of rolling subs to try and make sure that they're he's got some level of energy in it. A number of players now asking to come off and have a bit of a rest there. Rolf Schuich coming off, having done a powder workout there.
They get the ball forward, it's with Schmidt. He's got a bit of space here, does Klaus Schmidt. Gets the ball into the circle. What can he do with it? Gets it back across, there was only one man there. They may get a second chance at this through the goal scorer, Weinholt. Gets the decision against Males, and it eats into more of the time that Ireland have to equalise. At 1-0, Germany would take 3rd place, would get a medal. Looks up, looks to see what his options are, gets the ball in the circle. But it goes against Schmidt there.
Good marking by Stuart Elgar. We talked about that earlier, how strong Stuart is in that.
Maybe a chance here with Wheeler. Gets the ball in the circle, but Roth is there to tidy up. Takes it out. Can Germany get the ball away? A lot of players down in that corner. Good work from Alan Wheeler.
Yeah, did very well in there. The Germans trying to put the ball off his feet.
Tried to get through, did Richard Clark. But Germany will be able to come clear through Hulzer.
Yeah, that was good defending by Harry Hulzer. He didn't dive in. Stuart Elgar pushed the ball past him, but he managed to defend well.
Looks up top, good interception, and he does well even to keep possession for Ireland. Looks up, does Kremen. Supposed to go back to Wheeler. There are options ahead for him. Lifts it up.
Great defending there by Billy Dowie. Full out on his reverse. Had to go down to stop it, and then was able to actually get up and give the ball away.
Jess in the advanced position, brings the ball forward, looks to get it in the circle, does it himself, cuts it back, cleared away, but Germany will get the free hit.
Again, Keith Jess making a great break down that inside right channel, and I'm sure he's becoming frustrated that his forwards aren't able to take advantage of all the efforts that he's creating down that right side channel. As coaches, you want the guys to get down, get to the baseline, and be able to cut the ball back to the forwards, and that's what Keith's doing magnificently, just not able to create things.
Maybe a little chance here. Richard Clark looks up. What can he do? Slack. Just can't get the touch he wanted. And Germany can relieve the pressure inside the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, he was trying to get the ball off Berger's foot, and then changed his mind because he saw that was covered and didn't quite get the pace on the ball.
Roth just letting things happen ahead of him. Goes wide. Males gets the decision this time. Ireland take it quickly. Looks to get it across, maybe too quickly though. And Schmidt will be able to get rid of this. It's a good pass from Schmidt. Held up well.
Yeah, that was really good ball down and held up there by Hans Joachim Tennyson. Yeah.
Jess again on that right hand side. Back to Curran. Brought forward again, Kremen on the ball. Gets it into the circle but doesn't find the man he was looking for. The touch from the German stick key. Crossfield again. Jess looks up. What can he do? Curran into the circle. Might be a chance here for Ireland now. On the line, and that looks like Males has got the equaliser right at the end of this game. And Tim Males gets on the ball right in front of the goal just to flick it over the line. Germany 1, Ireland 1.
Well, we were talking with Callum and yourself earlier on about the game times and how 2 minutes, 5 minutes before and the end of every quarter is an important time. And if we look at a minute and 30, that was good work. Irish coach had just switched Billy Dowie back and brought Sean Curran up to try and create something like that. So when the previous times that they had a long corner like that, they'd gone out to Keith Jess on the far side and Keith had created something. The Germans had switched and put Berger out on Keith Jess to try and stop that. But because Sean Curran was free at the top of the circle, they got the ball back to Sean. Sean got it inside. Stuart Elgar managed to lift it, took a deflection up, and with the new rules about being able to play the ball above shoulder height, good work from Tim Myers to be able to put the ball away. So now 50 seconds, what do you do as a coach? Do you take the running penalties? Do you go for another goal on the chance that you might lose it 2-1?
It's a very, very tough one.
Here's Berger going forward. He's now going to try and do a Keith Jess and create something.
Can't get past the defender.
Yeah, great tackle by Eddie O'Malley. Really good.
Berger on the ball again. Put off down in that corner. Germany looking for it inside these last 17 seconds.
One in the circle.
Doesn't quite reach the circle. Ireland just hold it down there. 6 seconds to go. And it looks like it will be the shootout as the hooter goes. Germany led for most of this game. Christian Weinholt with the goal 11 minutes into the first quarter. And Ireland couldn't have scored at a better time to get them there. They were in the game, the full game, created a few chances. And it was Tim Myers right at the end that got the goal. 1-1. So just explain then what's going to happen next, Neil.
Well, my understanding, it'll go to what we call running penalties. There are two kinds of penalties within hockey. There's a penalty stroke, which is equivalent of the football penalty kick, and it's taken from a spot about 9 metres from the goal line, a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, similar to a penalty kick in football. But in hockey, you're not allowed to take a run-up. You're allowed 2 steps, but no more than that, and you're not allowed to hit it. You're only allowed to either push or flick it. But that said, some of the top players in hockey can actually flick it at about 80 kilometres an hour, so it's going pretty fast anyway. In this situation, it's likely to be what we call a running penalty, and what that is from the 23-metre line, a player goes a bit like the ice hockey running penalty. You go 8 seconds to take the ball from the 23-metre line into the circle and get a shot at goal, beat the goalkeeper. And you have the full 8 seconds, so if you go in, take a shot, the goalkeeper saves it comes back, you get another shot. So you just keep going until the 8 seconds. It's a really fun thing to be part of, because you need to see what the goalkeeper's doing, and sometimes the Olympics in Rio, the GB women won their penalty shootout against the Netherlands, and the GB goalkeeper Maddie Hinch she was awesome in that. She had a different strategy for each of the Dutch players, so she didn't do the same thing twice, and she did something against the player that she felt negated what that player's strengths were. At this level, very hard. It's 8 seconds for any hockey player, it doesn't matter what age it is. For us, we probably don't get to the circle quite as quickly as the guys that are in their 20s. And also, you're trying to see what the goalkeeper's doing, you're trying to put the ball into a position that allows you to have a quality shot. Some of the goalkeepers come out off the line, try and close your angles down. Some goalkeepers come out all the way and try and make you make a move so that they can lie down and get the ball with their stick. The Irish look as though they've got Eddie O'Malley there, Tim Myers, Richard Clark, Andy Matthews and Keith Chess. Let's have a look at what the Germans have got. The German coach around with his team at the moment.
I can see Klaus Schmidt's definitely there.
Yeah, also looks like Harry Holzer.
Yeah, it does.
We'll see who the other guys. I would be surprised if Berger's not involved in that.
Looks like Tim Roth's there as well.
Yeah.
Peter Roth, sorry.
Yeah, and
yeah, Berger is there.
And Jochen Bormann. Looks like that's their 5. We had to do this against the Belgians in our crossover game, and Belgian goalkeeper was just outstanding against us. Big guy, very athletic, and that's another thing, how athletic are they? Irish goalkeeper we played against, Dave Williamson, a few times. Good goalkeeper, manages to go down, manages to get up, so we'll see how he gets on and how Reinhold Bildhofer is for Germany.
Well, Peter Roth will step up first. What will he do against David Williamson in the Irish goal?
What's interesting, the number of officials that are involved in this. So one will control the runner, Peter Roth. One will be on the baseline to tell whether the ball actually crosses the line, and there will be one facing, maybe with a technical official facing away from the play, who will time, somebody will time the 8 seconds.
Here he goes, brings it forward, up against the goalkeeper. What can he do? Goes wide, Gets the shot away and it's wide from Roth.
And that was really good goalkeeping by Dave Williamson. He stayed up, and Roth didn't manage to move him quickly enough to create an opportunity to create a space. So when he took the shot, Dave Williamson was still standing up, blocking as much of the goal out, and the distance he was out from goal, Roth couldn't see very much of it. So it looks like Eddie O'Malley this time.
8 seconds begins. O'Malley comes forward. What's he going to do? Turns, spins. Can he get the shot away? Oh, and it was an excellent chance for Eddie O'Malley. The ball came off his foot at the crucial moment. That was a big moment in this shootout potentially.
Yeah, Eddie had the chance there. He had Reinhold Billhofer. He had the space. Did a nice move, didn't quite lose the goalkeeper, did another nice turn, did lose the goalkeeper but wasn't quite able to put the ball away before he kicked it. Berger this time.
Berger goes in. Will he get the shot away? Will he turn? Where's he going to go? Gets the shot away, but it goes wide. Another wide one.
He'll be disappointed. Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that because he did manage to get Dave Williamson static. He then took him down, just took him to too much of an angle. The reverse stick. From there, you need to aim to the back post so that you get into the middle of the goal. He was aiming for the near side, and it just edged into the sideboard.
Matthews this time for Ireland, quickly into the circle, takes it wide, needs to spin, gets the ball over, time is up, and it's another missed opportunity. A bit more creative that time with the ball lofted over the top.
Yeah, the difficulty there for me was that Andy ran straight at the goalkeeper, so when he moved it he was always going to go to a tighter angle, which makes it easier for the goalkeeper. We always think that you need to take the goalkeeper to one side first so that when he's coming across you're starting to create a better opening.
Hulzer this time goes wide with the initial run, inside outside, turns, shoots, good save, gets the second shot and it comes off the Irish keeper again. 3 down for Germany.
So that was really good goalkeeping by Dave Williamson. You see how mobile he was. He was able to keep between Harry Hulzer and the goal, so that first shot, the only difficult thing for Dave was he actually turned away. Now expect something a wee bit different from Tim Myers.
Myers, the goal scorer, got Ireland to this position, gets it forward, bit of space there, lifts it up, good save, tries to get the second shot away, doesn't quite work out for him, stays 0-0 after 3 apiece.
Interesting, it looked as though he changed his mind halfway through that, looked as though he was going to go and try and do a spin but didn't do it. Goalkeepers really doing well, they're both very mobile.
Bornman this time for Germany. Keeper comes quickly forward. Bornman into the circle, gets the shot away and nails their first goal right through the legs of David Williamson. Bornman scores.
And that's an old trick, but when you try and get the goalkeeper to move, obviously by moving sideways he's sidestepping, and what you try and do is get the ball between his feet as he takes that sidestep. If you get it right, you get through. If you get it when he's bringing his legs together, you don't. Really well executed.
Richard Clark for Ireland, they have 2 left, and he goes. What's he going to go? Takes it wide, goes for the shot, and Richard Clark evens things up straight away. Another good one we can say, this time from Richard Clark.
Yeah, Richard did well. Took it to a tight angle, but had confidence in his own ability to hit the ball hard and get it past the goalkeeper before he can get his foot out there.
Schmidt steps up for Germany, the 5th of 5 for them, comes forward, gets the shot away, and it's an easy one. Very different from Schmidt, no tactics, just hit it.
Yeah, and he'd obviously seen from some of the other guys that he didn't think David Williamson came out just quite close down that post, so when he came in,
Jess has to score now for Ireland. 2-1 to Germany. Ireland's final attempt. Jess comes forward, the captain goes for it, it's saved. 3, 2, 1, and Germany will take the medal.
Yeah, Keith coming in there thinking that the German goalkeeper Reinhold Billhofer was going to go down. and he was going to flick it over his pads, but as he went to the goalkeeper went to his right, he still had a hand there that was able to block Keith's little flick and little lift over his pads. Goalkeepers are excellent in the shootout. Some of the players try to do really good moves, but the goalkeepers came out on top. Wee bit sorry for Ireland because they probably had more of the control of the game, but they didn't manage to put away their opportunities. The Germans did what they needed to do, and we talked at the start about how the Germans were very good at basic skills and doing set pieces. In the end, it went down to set pieces and the Germans came out.
They did indeed. Klaus Schmidt scoring the winning penalty, and then Wilhofer making sure that Germany closed it out. It was a good game overall. The Germans took an early lead, Feinholt in the first quarter, and it made it interesting throughout the matches. Ireland dominated, created several chances, and then took one right at the end. Tim Myers, they just couldn't quite take advantage of the shootout, and the Germans claim the bronze medal in the over 60s European Cup third fourth place playoff. It's been good having you with us, Neil. I've enjoyed your company.
Thanks, Stephen, and good luck for the final, and we'll see you again sometime soon.
Thanks very much, and thanks for joining us.